Impact of digital technologies on pedagogical practice in primary education.
The changes that have taken place in the world make every citizen a potential lifelong learner. Knowing that our century is strongly marked by information and communication technologies, and that these are currently integrated into educational practices, there is a significant interest in assessing its impact in order to better target the learning process.
This study intends to know the impact of ICT in pedagogical practices carried out in primary education in 2 different periods.
In the first part, we present a study carried out over 8 years. Teachers in service were asked about the impact of ICT on activities carried out with their students and were asked to freely describe their best practices with ICT. In the second part, we analyzed the narratives of future teachers who were trainees in primary education during the academic years 2016-2017 and 2017-2018. The opinion of primary school teachers teaching in public and private schools in 2010 was recorded, as well as the opinion of trainee students in initial teacher education, who were carrying out the supervised educational practice in primary education, in the 2016-2017 and 2017-2018.
Thus, in the case of in-service teachers, a quantitative and qualitative study was carried out by questionnaire, having collected about 1,300 valid answers, corresponding to 41% of the first cycle teachers in the region. Of these, 188 professors reported performing good practices, being selected 11 teachers for interview. The analysis of the practices allowed us to construct models of lessons from which we derive principles of good practices. We have analyzed the frequency of use of these principles.
With respect to the trainee teachers of 2 professional master's degrees, 15 reflective narratives carried out by them during these years were analyzed.
For the quantitative analysis, the SPSS program was used, and for the interviews, a content analysis was done.
Regarding the quantitative questionnaire, in the following tables we present the correlation between the activities performed with the students and the evaluation of their effects. In order to facilitate the understanding of the impact of ICT activities, we will not analyze each table, since we will present a table with the results. Correlation between the impact of ICT and the performance of the activity, information search. Correlation between the impact of ICT and the performance of the activity, debating ideas in forums. Correlation between the impact of ICT and the performance of the activity, share digital files. Correlation between the impact of ICT and the performance of the activity, elaborate text works. Correlation between the impact of ICT and the performance of the activity, elaborate a self-learning diary. Correlation between the impact of ICT and the performance presentation with multimedia. Correlation between the impact of ICT and the performance of the activity, develop research projects and problem solving. Correlation between the impact of ICT and the performance of the activity, solve interactive exercises. Let's look at the result of the tables. It is noted that performing the ICT activity referred to in the first column increases the likelihood of observing the positive effects referred to in the second column. On the other hand, it was verified that the effects of ICT are not generalist, since the specificities of each activity have different impacts. Based on the 7 basic principles of good practice referred to by Upper and also by Cabero and Roman, we found 16 more frequent principles in educational practices, the most significant being that ICTs encourage the following: problem solving, high expectations, soft skills, respect the diver. City of talents, promotes satisfaction, increase classroom performance and school outcomes. We wanted to look at the practices of teachers 2010 and trainees 2016 to 2018. There are common themes, methodologies and common resources, but these currently present other dimensions. There are also other methodologies, more active, other resources and other types of activities absent in the older scenario, for which it proves that the evolution of technology imposes methodological evolution, other strategies and resources in the educational environment. It is understood that ICT in education requires, responds, facilitates and promotes. They demand an equipped school and a teacher who promotes opportunities to learn in another way, in order to respond to interests and needs. They facilitate communication, interaction, organization, sharing, problem solving, and curricular articulation. They also promote the development of skills, behaviors, and attitudes. It should be noted, however, that it is the teachers who carry out ICT activities those who are most likely to affirm their positive impact. Those who do not carry out the activity are more likely to have a less good perception of their potentialities. That is, ICT is a didactic resource and depends heavily on the teacher's capacity. Thank you for your attention.